All right. Now I'm recording.
Okay.
So, pretty privilege. You say that you have pretty privilege now, but you didn't have it a long time ago. So,
Yeah, as a kid. Yeah, no.
yeah. So, what makes it different now? Like, what make you have pretty privilege now that you didn't have it back in the day? So let's
I don't
just.
even I don't even think it's pretty privilege because to me, honestly, I look at me as the same person I've always been. I don't feel
Mm,
like I look any different as far as my features. Maybe I carry them different, but at the same token, like when she was like, "Well, you have pretty privilege." I'm like, "Well, what do you mean?" She said, "Well, people are intimidated by you because you're beautiful. That's what pretty privilege is. You give someone something that they want because they're beautiful. But what about beauty only being skin deep?"
well, that. Well, what does that mean though? Beauty being skin deep. Like, what does that mean? Is it actually looking at your physical and just saying that that's beautiful right there?
Yeah, like to me, yeah, that like beauty is what you see. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And
Uh
then
huh.
when you get to know someone more, it's like, dang, you're beautiful on the outside, but your inside is horrible. So so where does I don't know where pretty privilege comes from because I was never told that. Like I didn't have a dad growing up telling me that I was beautiful, telling me that telling me things like that. So for me to feel beautiful, I had to do the things that I felt made me beautiful. And that was later on in life. I was a tomboy until I was like 16, 17. So I wore baggy clothes because I didn't want anybody looking at me because I was like, well, they already think I'm fat, so I might as well hide it. No point in nobody looking at me. Then I got older, and then it was like, oh, well, you got a nice body. What does that mean? Because people told me I was fat. So now I'm confused. What's going on? And then people, oh, well, you got pretty privilege. What the hell is that? Like, I don't even know what it is. What
Mm.
what gives someone the upper hand because they're more beautiful on the outside?
Well, I'll tell you this: looks definitely does matter, like 100%. So, okay, so even with me, right? I believe I have pretty privilege. I have pretty privilege my entire life. I'm sorry to say it, and I have to be arrogant about it simply because that's what society was telling me. I was like a good-looking person. It's not me saying it, whatever. It was the world
Understood?
confirming that I was a beautiful person, basically. So I've seen a lot of my friends get rejected, like, and just get totally like made fun of. Me, that never happened to me. Whenever I do certain stuff, they accept me right simply because I like the way I look. My friends might have been smarter. My friends might have been more like uh like more trained to do certain stuff, but they looked at me as the leader because of the way I looked and all that. It's because of my posture and all that. So like people say that beauty's only skin deep and beauty is like only whatever. It don't really matter that much. People say it don't really matter that much, but the first thing that you see before anything else is your body and your looks, and they will accept you right there, basically.
Hmm.
So I don't know. So I mean, what makes you feel beautiful right now? Out of everything that's about you, physically, I mean.
Physically, are you asking me like what I feel like my best
What gets the
attribute?
most? Yeah, what give you the most attention?
Being honest, my
Well, now,
hips,
now
my
what you
my
what you
my
your hips,
voluptuousness.
your
Yes,
voluptuousness. So
yes,
now,
that's what gets me the most attention.
okay. So now, your opinion. What's the most beautiful thing about you?
I love my smile. I smile a
Okay.
lot. I smile a lot because that's what I feel is my most beautiful feature.
Oh, okay. So how many times you got compliments for your smile?
People compliment me after if I'm talking, oh, you have a beautiful smile. Thank you. I appreciate that.
More than your hips?
No, not more than my hips. Not at all.
Oh. So what's the most ugly part about you?
My feet.
So
Not
do you
really.
mind showing?
Honestly, I feel like I don't like this hereditary dark circle around my eye. This is hereditary for me. You can't see it right now because the lighting, but I have darker circles around my eyes, and me and my mom we call them my little raccoon bandana. That's the one feature
Oh,
that I
you were
don't
telling
like.
me about that.
Yeah, because I hide it. I usually put concealer on whenever I'm leaving. Like I don't wear a whole lot of makeup, but I will conceal my eyes or this. I hide behind glasses. I
Nice.
own over 150 pair of glasses and frames. I got like 10 pair in this drawer beside me, 3 pair on the dresser, some in the kitchen, some in the living room. I have glasses everywhere.
So I hear echoes.
Here?
Yeah. You had me on 2 different type of things.
You're just on my you're only on my computer.
Okay, well, I mean it is what it is. But so you wear glasses now and all that. Like, was the raccoon thing around before your glasses started popping off?
Yes. I've always had dark circles around my eyes. Always.
So is it like what you call that? Is it emphysema? What you call that thing? Eczema.
Eczema?
I'm sorry.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. No?
Nope. They're just natural. I just naturally have a dark hue. My skin is naturally darker around my eyes.
Okay. So based off of your character itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's your most beautiful thing about you?
My personality, really. I'm bright, bubbly. I like to laugh. Like I like to have a good time. I don't like having dull moments. I don't like when I get in those down funks because being down is not a good place for me, like mentally. Because it's it causes you to stay in your head. I don't like to be in my head. So I like to be happy.
So if you actually was in there, what would you be thinking about?
All kinds of things. Like, my children's future, my own future, my mother, my sister, things that have caused me to be the way that I am. Like my mind is a continuous everything.
But that's happy thoughts though. Your children, future,
I
like
mean,
your mother and all that. That should be happy, ain't it?
yes, it can be, but then sometimes you think about the circumstances. Like I have an incarcerated spouse, and I think about how it affects my children. I think about the relationship I had with my mom growing up and how it affects me now. Not having a relationship with my dad and how it affects me now. You get where I'm saying, where it causes you to be, well, for me to be in my head about the way things happen and where they are in life right now.
So how happy are you? What the hell? What's that? What's that sound, man? But how happy are you? Like if you have to stay outside your head.
I'm pretty happy. If I'm outside my head, I'm pretty happy. Like I just like to I just want to enjoy life. Like whatever moment we're in, let's enjoy that moment, and let's not waste it.
Cause I think whenever I'm in my head or whatever, I'm thinking about Pokemon. I'm thinking about I'm thinking about fun stuff. Cause whenever I'm in my head, I have my own imaginations. I have my own thoughts, and my own thoughts bring me happiness. So if you have to step outside of your thoughts to bring happiness, maybe you're not happy.
I mean, I'm not gonna no because it's like I'm always maybe I should say I'm always processing. I'm always processing. What can I do to get to the next step? What do I need to do to get better? What do I need to go here? What do I need to go there? How can I fix the situation so that it doesn't feel like this? So it's not that it makes me unhappy, but it still makes me think about a lot of stuff.
Okay. So basically, you're still like working on certain stuff, whatever, to make you like that. Okay, so on a scale from 1 to 10, how happy are you?
I would say about a 7.
A 7? That's
Yeah.
That's
And
great.
I know
Actually,
there's still things I need, like I'm still working on my financial stability, and I'm still working on, like, little things in life. But other
so
than that, I'm overall, like, I'm happy to be here. I don't take a no moment for granted.
ah, okay, I feel that. I feel that. So again, you a step up into 8 is your financial stability.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get you up to 9.
My living situation. Like, we're home and we're here, but I don't want to be where I am. I want to be somewhere different because of what I'm used to.
Where would you want to go?
Well, right now I just live in an apartment, and
Yeah, where would you like?
I want to be in a house so that my children can have their own space and they create their own environment. I don't like that, somebody living over you, walking, stomping, jumping, whatever they do, somebody beside you, somebody, standing outside your door because the apartment across from you.
Listen, I I feel you with that. Like, I'm in the apartment now, and I'm good. I don't care. I don't have no family or whatever. I don't have no kids and all that. So I can agree with what you're saying. But me being by myself, I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. But I do agree because I see kids running across from my apartment or whatever, kids running upstairs and all that, banging and all that. So I agree with you. So I mean. But I was thinking, like, say if you was to have like everything established or everything taken care of, what would be one thing about your character that you would change? Now that you're satisfied with your living arrangement and your financial stability.
Um, the only thing I've ever wanted to change is the fact that I am a heavy procrastinator. So I will wait until it's like 3 days, 2 days before I need to do something, and then I'm like, but at the same token, it's like I feed off the adrenaline quicker. I don't know why, but it is.
And that's why you stay outside your thoughts because you like the adrenaline. So whenever it's actually time to actually do something, like your adrenaline will force you to push yourself even faster, I guess. So is that why you stay outside your thoughts? Because those stuff got to get done within your thoughts, but you want to take time away from it because you want to be happy in life.
Sometimes, absolutely.
That's actually a form of procrastination too. So I agree. Like if you say you procrastinate, whatever, the fact that you say that you stay outside your thoughts is a form of procrastination itself. So, I mean, I rock with it. So, do you think that you're pretty? If you're speaking about pretty privilege and all that.
Pretty privilege? No, but I do think I'm beautiful. I remember being a kid and looking at my mom and being like, oh my gosh, I want to be so beautiful, just like my mother. I want to be beautiful, just like my mom. And then the older I got, the more I realized I really had already looked like her my entire life. Like, people look at me and my mom and think we're sisters, like side by side, but we're not, not at all. You know what I'm saying? So I did begin to fall in love with my exterior appearance. And that's one thing that took some time, but now that I love who I am, I carry myself different. I realized when I didn't love myself as much or didn't think I was as beautiful, I carried myself differently. But now I carry myself in a way that I feel is comfortable for me.
But you're not comfortable in your environment.
Right, because I relocated. I'm not from here. I live in Winston-Salem now. I'm from Charlotte. But I needed to make that transition because it was complacency for me. I knew where I could go, what to do, who to call, how to do this, how to do that. So now, removing myself from the complacency, I have to put myself in another environment to see, okay, so you figured it out here. Can you figure it out and survive here?
Okay, I feel that. And now you survive.
I'm surviving.
You love yourself. You love yourself, and you're happy.
Yeah. It took some a long time because sometimes we feel like, like when I lost my husband to incarceration, I felt like my entire life was crumbling. But in actuality, it came together because it forced me to do things that I knew I could do on my own without someone else being beside me to confirm. Like I feel like when we're small, we require validation. We require hearing certain things. And then when we get older, it's more about confirmation, confirming whether it's right or wrong, and then figuring it out if it's wrong.
Interesting. You gotta teach me more about that. So I have to figure out like what that means further.
I got you.
Or you can tell me more. You can tell me more about it. Can you give me some examples?
Like when you're a child and you have something that you can't do, and I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. And you keep telling the kid, yes, you can. Let's figure it out like this. Let's figure it out like that. Let's figure it out like this. And then the child begins to do those things and try these different ways. And then finally another one way hits. So now you've validated in that child that they can do that thing. They just have to figure out how they can do it. Versus when we become an adult, not saying that everything is every day in life you wake up is the first day that you've ever encountered that version of you. However, at some point as an adult, certain parts of our life we should have already figured out. So when someone comes around and says, you know what, Zen, you do a great podcast. I like the way I like your flow. I like your personality. I like this. I like that when you do it. And then you're like, I appreciate that. So nobody's validating you. They're just confirming that you're already doing a great job at something that you knew you could do.
So let me tell you how why I got this podcast. Like me as a child, I was very talented too and all that. I'm not trying to gloat and all that, but I knew how to draw. I knew how to do poetry. I was very athletic and all that. But one day, somebody told me I was too stupid to be around it. I don't know if I told you about this, but somebody told me I was too stupid to be around them or whatever, and that changed my entire life. So I forgot about poetry. I forgot about sports. I forgot about everything, just because I wanted to study more to prove myself to this one person, basically. And I found my gift. I found like my gift in psychology. I'm big on psychology. I'm a counselor. I'm a life coach and all that. But now I'm trying to figure out how to get back into my childhood. I'm trying to go back into my athleticism. I'm trying to get back into drawing or whatever. I'm trying to get back into poetry and rapping and all that. So when that lady said I was too stupid to be around them or whatever, was that pretty much looking for validation, or was that confirming something that was already true? Because back in those days, like when I was around that age, I was 18 or whatever with a fourth grade reading them. So she was telling the truth, but I just didn't want to hear it.
But it also
would that be a compliment?
It depends on what you can like. What I will. I mean, as a kid, we're not thinking, well, why? How am I too stupid to be around them? Because I had a friend of mine whose father passed away and had an 8th grade education, but he knew money. So when he passed away, he had money to leave to his children. He didn't have a diploma. He didn't have any of that, but he knew money. So what does someone classify as stupid? So it challenged you to look into your mental. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody made you feel like your mental wasn't good enough for them. So now you had to find a new focus. And I think that you needed to be validated at that point that you could do anything. But once again, it challenged you. You did it. Now, what else is there to do? You validated yourself.
So wouldn't that be both validating and confirming? Okay, so say like with me, right? I think reading is very important. But if I couldn't read, that shows that I was like ignorant of like certain stuff and all that. So according to her logic, whatever, like the subjective mindset that like you were just talking about, her thoughts was I was too stupid because my conversation was trash, because like I couldn't really read that much, whatever, because like I couldn't do certain stuff that would push me into getting certain careers and all that. So wouldn't that be confirming certain stuff and validating? Because like I was getting validated with like a lot of stuff, like when it comes to sports and my talent or whatever, but yet I was still stupid at the same time.
I mean, I'm not going to say that they can't work. I'm not going to say they can't work hand in hand, because they can. You know what I'm saying? But it caused you to challenge yourself and validate yourself. You know what I'm saying? But I also think that if you were a child or if you were younger, in that sense, it's all about the delivery. You know what I'm saying? Like it could have easily been, you know what? I think maybe you should look into reading more, or maybe you should look into do something other than whatever is physical, because a lot of the things that you were doing were physical. But once again, you had pretty privilege. So, you know, everybody's already telling you you're handsome. Oh, he's so handsome. Oh, he plays sports.
Right.
Oh, he do this. But nobody ever thought, is he smart?
Right. Isn't that going on today, though? As in... It
is.
Like, because you said, like, confirmation and validation, though. I definitely agree, because... when it comes to being an adult, you now have responsibilities. Like, so now you have to put all the stuff that you're trying to learn on hold just to survive and everything. So, but I also see like a lot of people that's getting older, but they're stuck in their mind. They're stuck in their mindset or whatever, because they're looking for the people to still validate their old self. They're still around the people that still praise them and everything. But if they step out of that element, they're going to have to be criticized or whatever. So it's going to come to a point where these adults still want to get validated for certain stuff. Because if they step out of it, now they're going to confirm something new. As in, you're an adult and you're still going through this type of stuff, you're an idiot. I'm not saying like overall, whatever, like, but I'm saying like just in general. If you're going through certain stuff or whatever because you want to be validated in your old self, you're going to have to confirm when you step into reality that there's some stuff lacking in you. So it's both. It go both hand in hand or whatever. We still look for validation and we still have to confirm certain stuff.
Yeah, that's why I said as an adult, you know, it's still, you know, when I wake up in the morning, tomorrow's my birthday. I'll be 40. But tomorrow's the first day. Thank you. But tomorrow's the first day of that version of me. Who's to say that I won't learn something tomorrow that won't change me for the next day? You know what I'm saying? Like she said, you're too stupid to be over here. So the next day, you looked for something different. So now that was another day that you were a new version of yourself. And so every day we have the chance to change it. But do we have the mentality to actually want to? Because people can say, I want to be this. I want to do that. I want to go here. But they're not taking the steps needed in order to be that version of themselves. So they like to stay where it's comfortable. They like to stay in that complacency. And then they don't want to grow. But they think they are.
So because you want to be happy outside of your mind, are you still trying to validate yourself?
No.
Because usually if you have to step inside your mind or whatever, that's confirming certain stuff. But you're stepping outside of your mind, so that's still trying to look for validation.
I guess when I'm in my mind, like I said, it's more about processing for me sometimes. So it's like I already know that these circumstances in my life exist, but what can I do to make them better? Because I don't like being sad about the circumstances. I'm just like, what can I do to make me happy about this circumstance? So, all right. So instead of sticking in my mind about, okay, so this is the circumstance of today. Are you going to be sad about it? Or are you going to figure out what you can do to be happy about it? What's the catch-22 to being in this situation right now? Because, I mean, there's a brighter side to everything. It's just about how you process it. You know what I'm saying? Prepare for the best, expect the worst.
I agree. So what's one thing in your life that you're trying to validate at the moment?
I'm trying to validate myself as an author, coming from someone who never liked to read. For me, reading was boring, and I couldn't stay focused. Like I would find myself reading the same page over and over again, trying to understand what I'm reading. But I didn't know that I didn't know that I was neurodivergent. So I had an issue in my mind with certain things. Like math was one of my favorite subjects. And I found the reason that math was my favorite subject was because once you solve this problem, you go to the next. Once you solve this problem, you go to the next. You go to the next, you go to the next. When you're reading, you still have to continue the same chapter that might be 3 or 4 or 5 or 20 pages long and reading about the same whatever, whatever, whatever. So for me, that was where reading, it wasn't that it was difficult because I was very articulate. I understood, but it was just the fact of sitting there to continue to do it. And it wasn't interesting. So I found that I could only read things that were interesting to me.
So with that said, you might be more logical than emotional then, if that's the case. I'm not sure. Because usually people that's into math and not into reading, that means they're more left hemisphere dominant. The left hemisphere is more logic, and right hemisphere is more spatial awareness and all that. I'm not trying to get deep into it or whatever, but that's like the average situation. But that might not be you. It might just be you just into math or whatever.
Like, I get it though. Like, so I get it. I am a logical person though. I really I do. I'm looking at like what are the facts.
So we talk about validation now. Like what you have to validate. But what do you have to confirm about your stuff? Like about yourself that you know you need work on. That you're confirming.
My ability to complete a task. My ability to complete a task, because of my my neurodivergency, I will start something here, start something here, start something here, start something here, go back here but don't go here, go back here but don't go here. So I'm like all over the place. So I have to show myself that there are things that I can complete.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to complete them. Don't be afraid of the outcome if you complete them, because the reason why you started the task was to get a result.
See, the reason why I'm asking you that is because, like, it sounds beautiful to say. It sounds beautiful. It sounds amazing. But it seemed like you don't want to do it. It's easy to say, but you don't want to do it because you want to step outside of your mind to be happy.
It depends on what it is. It does. It depends on what it is. Because sometimes I will start something. I'm like, I don't even know why I started this. This is stupid to me. This is dumb. I don't want to do this. But then some stuff I'm like, no, I really do want to do this. I really want to finish this. I want to get this done. And then I will.
So what's one thing you really was passionate about? So what's one thing you was passionate about you really got done in an instant? Like you just kept at it.
When I started working on my credit, because I had always been like, I was never really like financially savvy. Like I didn't have anybody telling me about certain things in life about how your finances are important to you and how certain things will impact the way that you live based on how you treat your own self. You know what I mean? So when I realized that my credit wasn't great, I started pulling my credit from all the bureaus and started looking at all the things that I had done to change it. And I was working 2 jobs. I was working from home for 2 jobs. I started taking my paychecks and I started putting money to the side to save. And then I started paying off things off my credit. And these were the things that I was doing during COVID by myself, right after my husband left to go to prison. And so once I paid off certain things and started seeing how things were changing and my credit was going up and I was getting things that I never thought I would be able to get access to. And then because I had applied, let me see, I wanted to move immediately because of a lot of the things that I was going through mentally. And I was getting denied. They were like, yep, nope, your credit. Yep, nope, your credit. Yep, nope, your credit. And it was always credit. Because I mean, at this point, I'm working 2 jobs. Like I'm making the money. So it's not my money. So finally I worked on my credit and then I applied for a house that I wanted. I went and I saw maybe like 7 or 8 houses and I applied for 2 and they denied me for my credit. And so I kept going and kept going and kept going. And then finally I found a house that I wanted. I applied for it. And the lady called me the next day and she was like, you're approved. I was like, you got the right phone number? She was like, yeah. Is this, yeah, that's me. And, you know, because I wanted to get my kids out of this 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo that I had, like mental trauma from, you know, because honestly and truthfully, I would wake up sometimes in the middle of the night and it would sound like my husband was putting keys in the door. Or I would wake up in the middle of the night to feel like I heard him calling me. So I needed to get out of there because for me, it was not good on my mental because he wasn't coming back. So when the lady called me, not in enough time for me to still be, you know, a young lady. So, you know, so at the time, so I was like, I got to get out of here. I got to get my kids out of here. We got to get out of here. You know, so when she told me I was approved, I took my children and I took, because we've been looking at houses. We've been looking at them. And so finally I took them to the house and I was like, what do you guys think about this house? And it was like, oh, we love it. They started looking around and they're like, oh, 3 bedrooms, you know, 2 bathrooms. We had a garage, they had a backyard, they had a front yard, we had a driveway. We had access to things that they hadn't had as children because I lived in 2 condos, so they had never had that. And so when they were like, yeah, we love it, mommy, are you gonna get this one? I pulled out the keys and I was like, it's already ours, we're about to move in. And they were like, really? And in that moment, it was like I showed myself that I could do something if I just stuck to it. And so it did change my outlook on certain things in life. However, I am still a procrastinator by nature with certain things. And sometimes it's things that I already know I can get done, so I'll drag my feet. And then sometimes it's fear of what happens when I get it done. You know?
What happens when I get it done? What that mean?
Sometimes I'm afraid of the unknown.
I mean, but okay, so your birthday's coming soon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you also say you're gonna step into a new you.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the unknown. So why are you so excited about stepping into a new you when you don't like the unknown?
Well, I mean, that's why I said it's like it depends on what it is. And I can't give you an example at the moment, but it just depends on how I feel whenever I begin to approach it. If that even makes sense.
I personally think you should start using your pretty privilege. I think you should. I personally think you should go out. Don't wear a bra. Don't wear underwear. Just go shopping. To see how much money and phone numbers you can get from them niggas. So that's why I think it is. If you got pretty privilege, use the hell out of it. I do. So I mean, it happens. Try it out.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that I don't, but at the same token, sometimes my conscience will be like, not this one.
Oh, now that's when you want to step into your mind. All right, so whenever you're like trying to use other people, that's the moment that you have to step outside your mind. Say fuck what you thinking. Gotta go in, do whatever you gotta do, get your numbers. Because if you have pretty privilege, I'm pretty sure you attract a lot of men. If you do. But you do have to try that shit out. I guarantee you there's gonna be one guy at least to give you $100,000 right then and there. I guarantee you. Not 100,000, but probably a couple hundred. So I mean, I don't know, like you're in North Carolina, right? You're in the poor side of North Carolina. So if you go to like an area, they might give you something like $20, pay for your gas, something. I don't know.
I mean, anyway. You know, pretty privilege has gotten me dinner. It's gotten me a couple cash apps. It's gotten a couple things.
Use it. Show your titties. Go live. Like do what you gotta do. Like you don't have to. This is why I tell women, like, yo, y'all have pretty privilege by default. If y'all have titties, or if y'all have an ass, y'all got pretty privilege. It is what it is.
I'm gonna, in a sense, that was where this whole Ebony Love ego came from, because I had a friend of mine who had an alter ego, so to speak, and I was like, "Why did you do that?" And she was like, "I just felt like I needed to do it. You know, I had a lot of things going on in life." So she wanted to become this more seductive version of her. And I was like, at first, I'm like, why would you want to seduce somebody? That's mean. Why would you want to be like that? That's mean. But then as I began to morph in life, as far as like certain things that I was doing, I started seeing results in different ways. So I became Miss Ebony Love. And so it definitely does help in some sense, because becoming this version of me, I show myself something different. I did a boudoir photo shoot, and now I do my own because I don't need anybody to do them for me. I got a green screen, I got a ring light, I got a tripod. I have everything I need. So now I do them on my own. But it showed me something different, because when you feel beautiful, you act different. Like I wear waist beads and things of that nature. And in the summertime, I let them show. In the wintertime, they're hidden. But I still know what happens when I wear them in the summer when people see them on the outside. So I still know that they're on the inside. So it allows me to still behave or carry myself in that manner, because, you know, what here, there, they may see, oh, you wear waist beads. I do. So I do, in a sense, so to speak.
Right. Okay. So do you think manipulation is a bad thing then?
It depends on your thought process. It depends on your thought process. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I'm still juggling that.
I had so many jokes, but now I'm sorry. Outside of that, though, I personally think manipulation is a good thing. I like manipulating people. Not in the bad, like you said, it's not in a malicious way. But to get what I want, I have to. If I have a job interview, I have to manipulate them to give me the job. Babies cry to manipulate for food. Babies cry to manipulate for food or get what they want. Lawyers manipulate to get the case done. Salespeople manipulate to sell that car, whatever. The only problem that people have is when they get manipulated the wrong way.
Right.
And that's how it is. So like sometimes it happens, but we have to go for the stupid people that will actually accept it. It is what it is.
I mean, when you put it in that sense, I mean, you know.
Yeah, like if you're stupid enough, I mean, that's
your fault.
Yeah. That's all I was saying. That's why I said, like, mind you, I'm a relationship coach, but I tell people, hey, yo, hoe around if you feel like it. Like, I don't care how other people feel about you. Hoe around. Show your titties. Do what you gotta do. Like, flash people, I don't give a fuck. If people, whatever. Huh? What's up?
I had this conversation with a guy who was interested in me. And I told him, I said, I hope that you are talking to more than one person. Please don't let me be the only woman you're talking to. And he said, why?
That means
I'm asking you why I'm not the only one you're talking to, because you're not the only person I'm talking to. I have more than one friend. And he was like, well, I like you a lot. And I think that
first off, okay. First off, I agree with you. I agree. Like, if you're just dating or whatever, if y'all just hanging out and doing whatever y'all gotta do, you don't want that person to be the only person that you're talking to and all that. Because for one, it's gonna put too much pressure on that person. Now the person is just gonna be trying to rush the relationship to get deeper and all that, while you're sitting there still trying to figure life out. So I do agree with you 100%. But I wouldn't expect the person that's dating the person to tell the person start seeing other people. Like I wouldn't expect that. I agree with you though. I agree. But if
he wants to make me the only person he talks to, then that's his problem.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Because I'm like, I've already told you.
That's gonna make him feel horrible because you're the only person that he's talking to. Maybe he's too ugly to deal with somebody else. He don't got a pretty
like but the crazy part about it is, the next day, he didn't text me, he didn't call me, he didn't do any of that. So the following day, I said, you don't like me, you don't want to talk to me anymore? He was like, I do. He was like, I just don't like feeling like an option.
Boom. I agree 100%. We are all options, but we don't want to feel like it, especially if we're interested in that person. So I agree with you.
But this is the thing. We're having conversations, we're texting, we're video chatting. I'm talking to you.
Yes, but don't tell him to go see other people, because now he's gonna be forced to see other people.
Well, I mean,
and the fact that, did you actually want him to see other people? Did you want to be with that person?
I didn't care if he saw other people.
Did you want to be with him though?
I mean, he was all right.
Was he your first option?
No.
I knew it. Because I guarantee you, I guarantee you, if that was your first option, you would have never told him that shit. You would have never said anything like that. He was probably your third or fourth option. You was just going out with that nigga because he wanted to buy you some Red Lobster, IHOP. You was in the mood for some pancakes that day. That's all that is. That's all that is. So
I don't know. Well, then maybe I need to learn. Maybe then on the outside, we're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to teach me this art of positive manipulation so that I can.
Yeah. All right. So boom. Here's the thing about men. We are immature and we want to be validated. Just like how you talk about validation and confirming and all that. Men always want to be validated, especially if we're interested in somebody. If you're saying pick that validation elsewhere, we're going to feel worthless. We're not going to feel valued with the person that we're dealing with. So we're going to have to go somewhere else, whatever, because our pride is fucked up. Our pride is very, very small, to a point where if you mess up my pride one time, or some guy's pride, instantly they're going to turn themselves down. That's it. It's going to be over for them. They might sleep crying or whatever. Like, they might be tearing up, whatever, thinking about life and shit, because the person that they're interested in, that they want, okay, so would you say women are submissive? Supposed to be submissive to the man. Picture the person that's supposed to submit to the man saying, go somewhere else, nigga. Like, I'm gonna submit to somebody else while you go try to submit, like, get somebody else to submit to you. That's gonna make us feel horrible.
So I don't know. Maybe I'm too honest. I don't know. I guess.
But you're not honest with yourself, because you think outside of yourself. What do you mean? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What do you mean? Explain. I'm listening.
All right. So you say you want to be happy because you don't want to step inside your own thoughts and all that. But if you're stepping inside your own thoughts, that means you're telling the truth on how you feel and what you think about. But you have to step outside of yourself. So that means you're not trying to focus on your true self. You're focusing on what's around you instead. So that means you're actually not being honest with yourself. Because if you had to, okay, go ahead.
I am. I'm being honest with myself. That's why I say when I'm inside my thoughts, I guess it's more so about processing. What can I do to change it? What can I do to make it better so that I can keep going?
I feel that. I feel you. But
because I'm sitting here thinking, I'm really not unhappy.
You a couple
things that I can change.
I mean, I feel that. I feel that. I mean, so you're not. So you said that you're you're good when it comes to you single, right? Or you got a man? Or you dating? You got options and all that. That's what you.
The crazy part about it is I wouldn't even call it dating, but it is what it is. The dating pool is horrible. I don't understand. Everybody want to Netflix and chill now. I'm like, no.
Hey, back in the Bible days or whatever, they were just fucking. So I mean, it is what it is. So
it seems like that's what we want to do now.
But there was no Red Lobster, so like a second option can't take you to Red Lobster.
Take me to the water with the horses and let's get water at the watering hole.
But dating is new. Like dating is like a new generational thing. It wasn't back in the 50s. They started dating back in the 70s and 80s when they started getting some hot dogs and hamburgers and shit. But back in the 50s and 40s, especially back in the slave days or whatever, they were getting married by picking cotton, like right in the middle of the cotton picking field. So, like marriage or whatever, or Netflix and chick, it's Netflix and chill. Netflix and chill is more like how we used to do it. Like we used to just go, sit down, chill out, and talk, and then have sex, and then we will marry. So that's how Netflix and chick. I keep saying Netflix and chicks. You got me thinking about options. Like Netflix and chill is similar to how we used to do it. We never went out on dates. So I don't know. That's that privilege. Damn, why am I messing up my words? That's that pretty privilege thing that you was talking about. You have pretty privilege, so now you have options. So now you're telling everybody that is your option to go up, pick other options.
No, he was the only person. Well, I've said that to two people. But I mean, I just
I feel that. So would you say that you're interested in somebody now that you're dating, or you're waiting for your man to get out?
No, I'm not waiting. But at the same token, I'm really like dating is a time passer for me because I'm still focused on trying to, write my book. I'm still focused on getting up and going to work at the schools. So it's almost like if something happens, but if it doesn't, I'm okay with that.
I feel it. I rock with it. But yeah, my bad. I just got a text. Nah, but I feel that though. Like, I mean, sometimes dating sucks, especially for men. Because like I said, women, y'all got pretty privilege. So when it comes to men, we have to do everything. We have to hold doors, pump gas, fix your tire, we gotta do just the most random stuff, whatever, just to show that we men. But women can just sit there and not do anything. Y'all don't even have to pay for shit. Y'all can just sit there, pop a titty, and we're gonna be all over you. If I show penis or whatever, the cops are gonna be on me. So that's the thing. So like when it comes to pretty privilege, you can just go out to the mall right now with a titty out. You will get a bunch of phone numbers. So pretty privilege is in the hands of the women, period.
And that's why I've said that's how I feel about men and them with their sexual conversation. Like To me, I can go outside the way that I am right now and be like, "Who want to have sex?" And at least one person is gonna say me. And the only reason why I say at least one person because I'm like, there's at least one other person other than you who will do me. So, what makes you special?
I feel you. I feel you. If I see somebody step outside and say, "Who want to have sex?" I would think you're crazy. But I do agree with what you're saying though, because there will be men that will be out there like, trying to run up to you, whatever. And I know this because there was this homeless lady that was in New Jersey. Like, and men legit sat there and talked to her just because her butt crack was showing. Like, legit. Like, her butt crack was showing or whatever. And she was homeless, dirty, on crack and all that. But men will legit sit there. Matter of fact, one of my friends said, like, yo, I'll crack that. like, because her butt was always showing. Every time we go downtown, her butt was always showing. So, like, a man would just be like, hey, yo, I can take you home. Whatever the situation. So I'm looking like, yo, are you serious? Like, it takes a butt crack to actually make a man want to, like, deal with you?
So that's why I be like, when men are, I want someone that's going to be attracted to me. I don't want you to not be, but don't let that be the basis of everything. You know?
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Like, but
sometimes you got to entice me with more than what your sexy ass over there doing.
But now that's it. That will be a cue. That will be a cue to show them what your sexy ass is doing. As in, now you have to show them what you're worth. Looks will only attract that person. It's your personality that will add on to how they feel about you.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be the actual thing that you should work on. As in, if you really are attractive or whatever, like I said, pop a titty and then show them how intellectual you are. They're still going to be focused on the titty and all that, but in the long run, they're going to think about, oh, she do know about credit. She do know about such and such. She do know about children or whatever. She is a good mom. She do have a good head on the shoulders. But all you got to do is keep that titty out so you can actually get that man.
Get access to
it. Yeah. So I'm going to be real. I used to use my looks all the time, whatever, to show people how intellectual I am. Like I like the way I carry myself, whatever, because that brought me into other opportunities. That got me away with I got away with a lot of shit because of the way I look. And that's on purpose. I carry myself purposely because I know that my looks, whatever, is very valuable. But at the end of the day, my intellectual side is going to be the thing that get me where I'm at. I use my value with my looks, but I use my intellectual side to push me into where I need to be. So, when in doubt, ladies, pop that titty out and then teach.
And that was the crazy part about it is on my Instagram. If you go way back to my newer Instagram when I started it, it was like, I still do have in my mind the concept of sex sells. So when someone sees a beautiful, attractive woman taking pictures in lingerie, putting it on her social media, they like, oh, what's she doing? Swipe, swipe, swipe.
Right.
But then the next post might be something to entice your mental. But then the next post might be, and then another post, like, because they're going to already be drawn in because of what they see.
Right.
Are they going to stay? Because some people, once they figure out that you're more than this, sometimes some people can't stick around because they don't have this.
I agree. That's up to you to decide now. Now you got the upper hand. You lure them in, and they like showed you their downfall before you showed them theirs. So yeah, you look like that's how it is. Like that's life. You're supposed to lure stuff into you, because if you get lured in, now they got the control. So. But I do have to go. I do definitely have to go. So I appreciate your time and all that.
Of course.
We definitely have to do this again because I'm doing a panel soon too. And I'm going to start doing this more and more. I'm off all week. So I'm going to have like at least 5 or 6 things on my new YouTube page. and I want y'all to check it out. And I'm gonna be doing challenges soon, whatever. You know what I mean? So there it is. You got anything you got to say after it?
Nope. Thanks for watching.
No? All right. All right. So